Namaskar, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, students, scholars, teachers, trainers, professors, professionals, officials, listeners, learners. I welcome all respected student directors, welcome all the listeners, managers, welcome all valuable advocates and president supervisor. I Dr. Keshav PSA, not particularly welcome. It is a nice time, nice session that we are describing, explaining, and expressing our holy Indian spiritual culture, social, educational, political, constitutional identity of our diversity. From Gulf Camel runs the ground as Iran survives American assault. Pakistan emerging green as Tehran maintains leaders. From Washington, ravaging outlines of the US Iran deal were not formally announced. Article alarm among Hawkins to Israel Republicans in Washington, who spent months insisting military pressure whether follows the Italian design or was unconditional capitulation. Insert Iran appears better but practically dead and potentially stronger. Republicans and Democrats alike are eviscerating President Trump for getting into a needless war and the prompting of Israel and then following before the objectives could be achieved. Jeff Kelly UK did Defense Secretary had a single charge. From London, the UK Ministry of Defense confirmed BFT that the report was encrypted, adding, "This is reckless Russian interference, but the RAF is well prepared to deal with this activity." The British Royal Air Force plan carrying UK Defense Secretary had its signal jammed and GPS disabled when it flew near the Russian border last week. The Defense Ministry confirmed Monday. Protocols taken to was in Tokyo after spray incident from Tokyo. At least 34 people killed or 100 injured in attack on train in Pakistan. BMA's Majid Brigade claims responsibility. People from Mikhail will remain free to act against threats in Lebanon from Thursday. US and Iran down day hopes of imminent breakthrough with war from Delhi. Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson Nasir Baghaei said in a weekly briefing Monday that a conclusion had been based on many topics. Russia uses hypersonic ballistic missile to attack Ukraine for dead in Kiev. Kamala told us 200 other people countries at risk of Spanish Havana. With no and even family, it still lives to survive from thieves. Extremely dangerous, cycle bad, Amsterdam slums based on bad bikes from the hill. Read highway of employers or accusing High Court Monday again brought from Kul. Attack on police uniform, no personal food, stand ASI skin, local killed as car falls into washed in Shivka Township. Murder in Sonipat and arrested after rod and knife leg on neighbors from Sonipat. Rodriguez Benson stabbed to death. Pays to visit Nathula to work. CBI must be drawn into Vishal's natural density process of the day. Supreme Court Monday said CBI must immediately take up investigation as requested by MP government. Indian origin players turn face in French Open. Newspaper league MD has not learned lessons in work from ready. It said that the NBA has not learned lessons from the earlier newspaper league. Supreme Court said Monday as its on response of center. NDMCA on fees for replacement of the industry agency are robust and autonomous body to conduct a medical entrance exam. The civil calls today while 7,500 candidates in free. Assam tables UGC bill flags polygamy live in strong Guwahati. Supreme Court declines to hear plea on Congress Party founded. PAIADMK Liberal Family set to join TVK from Chennai. Broadcast Arabs to recognize Israel as part of PRP. Yes, Iran paid down calls for breakthrough. Iran and the US laid down calls for a cabinet breakthrough in efforts where their even World War for Monday US Secretary of State Marco Rubio said Washington will either get a good agreement or deal the country in another way. Fuel prices hiked for first time in 11 days. Petrol prices 100 rupees. Cumulative high since February year increase 5 per liter. Petrol prices rose from rupees 2.61 a liter and diesel by rupees 2.71 on Monday. The fourth increase in less than 2 weeks that extended our debate costs for soaring global crude oil costs triggered by the Iran conflict. Whereas Mr. says if was on PFDFs, fuel price at 30 level. Indian Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on Monday defended Prime Minister and police austerity calls stressing the need was on the TF's fuel, fertilizer and forex and the West Asia Bank. Indonesia being best to top. One of the good mark for dollar cable cars that strong working following a technical snap. Trump asked Arabs to recognize Israel as part of the JRP. US Iran lay down hopes of breakthrough. Iran and the US lay down hopes for a cabinet breakthrough in efforts to prevent their 3-month World War or Monday with US Secretary of State Marco Rubio saying Washington will either get a good agreement or deal with the country in another way. PAIPADMK well managed scripts at the time from Chennai. Supreme Court declines to hear plea on Congress Party conflict. Revive new fire cases in Punjab carry jumps to 9,753 from data. SAD Punar's Fujit is back Space ARE declared unity efforts from Jalandhar. Former MP Raj Ravinder Rajitya joins up from Chandigarh. Canal shut down having 45 degrees Celsius heat waves, Innu Goeshwari from Bhatinda. Punjab pensioner talks seat dividends of views from Chandigarh. 15 assembly panel now headed by Andhra Pradesh from Chandigarh. Also accused after Punjab government of destroying the police strengths. Police deny reports of firing outside agents of provincial mass system from office. All the 103 urban bodies split 7,500 in the free. 25 people, 75 people staff deployed from Chennai. Will design reporters unhappy from Putiala. Brothers killers test case and science game. Cricket after SUV calls into the calls in Maharashtra's right from Mumbai. This is serial exercise not removing money from the court. People murder accused studied only up to class 5 of 6. In project fitness cost over the now 7 crore rupees government data shows balanced supply. The projects across stage of implementation found today. Bitcoin calls for data and district on mobile. Renewable set to account for 7 crore rupees out of 24 lakh rupees investment in infra from Chennai. All that strategy for the thing. How Newton. Samaj Dry Monsoon Engine. No respite from heat as Gunda Brahmpurin or 47 degrees, 47.6 degrees Celsius IMD. Ordinary after 6 Brazil in Pradesh, featured in the IMD's list of locations recording maximum temperatures of over 45 degrees Celsius. All that Ferdinand for the thing orbital Samastrai. Monsoon engine pilot Bay Delhi. Feel like a one-X cloud shimmer under the flare. Background pillars radiate heat long after sunset, and even pockets of city college seem to excel. Warm across northwest India, temperature push past 45 degrees Celsius, bringing it round for warnings for stress and industry street each summer. Each summer, the same question returns: how can this level of heat possibly be normal? Region often watching king and a deep brand. Former University Open, built one of Maharashtra's biggest coaching center, retired chemistry teacher became an MTS subject expert. Came out best Calipari had 42 or 45 read questions. Now Lagu's main tuition area is under severe care. Estimates suggest that around a year 3,000 students who let up. Every year in Lagu's coaching institutes, almost half coaching center in tuition area where मोटे बनकर आरसीसी का lion's share of outcomes. Vision done and dusted. The RDC count positives from Kolkata. There must be moments watching that still going on, right? Very few players have been results like Jan Ponsanga movement. There is scheduled in the peaks, only with and solution with possible methods to high stakes qualify one Ramshan. Michael Arteta urges Arsenal to be history in CM final from London. SCHF segments came in injuries here ahead of WC from Miami. Nouriel Dale in Spain squad injured Jamal and some others from Barca. Take Gabon for the World Cup format. Thomas in CL squad Miller and Hugh Bishop from Miller. Identifying when suffering becomes a pattern. Human beings really suffer because of one isolated incident. More often, suffering becomes a pattern. The person repeatedly feels rejected. Another, another constantly feels betrayed. Someone else is experiencing failure, humiliation, or loneliness. Life appears to move forward, yet we remain trapped in familiar cycles of pain. Why does this happen? The answer lies not outside us, but within the unconscious patterns in hospitality. Suffering comes from circumstances, but circumstances are only trigger. The real source of pain is the inner conditioning that shapes how we interpret life. Or criticism uniquely one person while another remain unaffected. The event is the same, but the internal pattern is different. Mind is like a machine having unresolved hurt, fear, insult, and disappointment leaves an imprint. For time, these imprints become psychological habits. Without awareness, we start reacting to life's world once rather than present reality. Then the past silently controls the future. Life repeats lessons not to torture us but to awaken us. If we fail to understand the lesson emotionally, the same pattern returns in different forms. The outer drama changes, but the inner spirit remains the same. We have had situations that expose our unconsciousness to power. Only exposure can bring transformation. Most people respond to pain mechanically. They blame others, asking to distraction, suppress their emotion, or harbor resentment. The unexamined world continues with bad thoughts. Relationships and decisions, awareness is the turning point. The moment we observe our repetitive suffering without judgment, transformation begins. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? We begin asking, what is life trying to teach me through this experience? The shift changes from critics to seeker. Awareness helps us see patterns clearly. We notice our emotional trigger, recurring reaction, and unconscious expectation. Slowly we realize that pain is often intensified by resistance. The ego constantly demands that life should happen according to its preferences. When reality disagrees, suffering emerges. Wise person learns acceptance and intelligent understanding. Acceptance means seeing clearly without inner conflict. The moment we stop fighting Purity. Internally, energy becomes available for healing and right meditation plays a crucial role in this transformation. Meditation is not an escape from life, it is a return to oneself. In silence, we become aware of the constant noise of the conditioned mind. We discover how thoughts create emotional storms gradually. A distance arises between us and our mental pattern. We start identifying with fear, anger, or insecurity. This inner space is freedom when awareness deepens, all wounds lose their grip. Situations that once triggered intense suffering begin to lose power. We respond with maturity rather than react impulsively. Life may still bring challenges, but we no longer multiply pain to unconsciousness. Relationships also transform when awareness enters instead of blaming. We communicate compassion naturally grows because we realize that everyone carries invisible wounds. Absolutely, absolutely fearless. Some thoughts still wait for a taxi like this. 1997. How bad coding provides the blueprint for self-reliance. India's pharmaceutical and software entrepreneur show how economic strength matters in disrupting geopolitics. We should build such partnerships across the economy to navigate global headwinds. As trade wars and conflicts such as one in the Persian Gulf impact global economies, including India, it is important to recall dynamism of two Indian sectors. In 1968, two entrepreneurs started disease and UP. The same year, Nobel Village wrote Asian drama 200 pages was found that defended India's Vietnam supported industrial licensing and advocated capital allocation based on input hard table created by the PhDs. India's mass democracy has not created mass prosperity due to laws of economic policy, but it has created two industries unexpected in developing countries producing 60% of the world's efficient and exporting imports of oil, and Saudi Arabia does oil. The two industries being structurally different pharma revenue of $60 billion are much smaller than $350 billion software revenue. Pharmaceutical companies exports equal their sales in India, while software companies export 90% of their sales. Indian pharmaceutical companies have a dominant global market share in medicine making, while most software companies have a 4% market share. However, both industries contribute similar lessons they show how embedded policies and trust-based regulation can create present software needed Indian software technology policy and the US such what visa policy while pharma needed the Indian Patents Act of 1970 and America Dutch expanded of 1994. It demonstrates how scalable global and meritocratic institutions can be created by investing in selecting, repairing, and upgrading talent. They show how starting by targeting segments and reserved by currencies provide a strong foundation for moving up the value chain. They suggest global success is more likely when entrepreneurs respond to the temptation of diversifying into too many businesses. This discipline compounded over decades when Germans Paul Engel present life, especially in the critical waves. They also capture the economic impact of cost-efficient enterprises who value return on equity or return on assets. What industry face similar structural challenges, transitioning from